What's happening, YouTube? Anthony on Power Rangers Lost Galaxy fan film with a new PRLostGalaxy2014 review on the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Red Hood from Batman Arkham Knight. So this is yet my second Batman Arkham Knight centric figure that I've collected in my review. So in my review series. So yeah, my Arkham Knight video, to me, I thought it was okay, but I'm sad that it didn't do well. But will this Red Hood figure review and others that I'll do all fine? Well, that depends on how many people will see it, though. I just want to still remind everybody that not only I do Power Rangers now, I'm doing Marvel and DC toys more than ever now. I will still do Power Ranger collecting, but I really want to do other action figures if anybody's interested in me doing Marvel and DC toys. Mainly the collector side of stuff, not the kid stuff. Yeah, so right now I have in my review for the night and also my other video that I have, which is also Red Hood centric. So technically, the one Red Hood from Gotham Knights that's after this video, then you also have the Red Hood from Dawn of DC, and then there's this other Red Hood, but I'll show, so that's 4 Red Hoods from McFarlane Toys I have to review. So Arkham Knight's Red Hood will be the first, the Gotham Knights one is right after this video if you want to watch that coming up soon, if you want to click on that one. Then the Dawn of DC Red Hood, and then there's that other one, the one that had that metallic finish Red Hood. I'm trying to figure it out, but it'll come back to me after this video. Anyway, so what we have here is the front of the package and then the sides of the box, indicating which Red Hood is which, just like which Batman, which Superman, and others when I do more DC Multiverse figures. And here's the box render of Red Hood from Batman Arkham Knight, because since this year 2025 is the game's 10th anniversary, so I have to get started collecting some action figures dedicated to one of my favorite games in the Arkham series, because, well, then again, Arkham Knight was such a badass game, and although many will have their favorite game in the Arkham franchise, well, many will say Arkham Asylum, Arkham City. I do like Arkham Knight for several reasons I don't want to get into until much later, maybe in a separate video celebrating the game's 10th anniversary, maybe, if you're interested, or anybody interested. But anyway, let's take a look at this Red Hood and how that stacks up with the Arkham Knight himself from last time. And here we have Red Hood unboxed, and let's take a look at some accessories before looking at the figure. Before I do base stand and all those accessories, let's take a look at some of these lightning effect pieces. So usually for DC, and you know, since it's the first time getting started on DC Multiverse McFarlane, I would not expect any DC Multiverse figure like this Red Hood from Arkham Knight to have lightning effect pieces, which actually go to his hands, because I played the game and I played that Red Hood DLC that's in Batman Arkham Knight, and in the DLC, he had something glowing come out of his hands when you want to beat up thugs and stuff, inmates in Arkham Asylum or something like that. So you can use these effects and put them on Red Hood's hands if you want to. And I was displaying that a little bit on a photo, if you're curious, in my community post tab on my YouTube channel. And I took a photo of seeing how, oh, Red Hood got this little swirly spin effect, and also this upper jab, which you can also put onto the hands too. So yeah, that's pretty neat. And they're very translucent as well. And also you can see some good light picking up on some of these effects and how they're glowing even on the camera. So that's pretty nice to see. Okay, interchangeable hands are interesting, because these are actually way bigger than I realized even when I opened the box and looking at them. And these are hand grips you can change for Red Hood if you want to have them, because right now when you get the figure, he only comes in with the balled fist. But if you want to change the hands where he just has his hands open up like he wants to pick something or get a gun and shoot someone, you may. And even use these interchangeable hands to put to the lightning effect pieces if you want to as well. So you got some spare hands to put on Red Hood from Arkham Knight. Now this is his base stand. You can put the base stand underneath into this peg hole or the other, and you can do that. So putting him on the stand and see how he looks. Even though I just had him posing because I was taking some photos of him with the effect piece and the fist. And here's his trading card. So just like from the back render is the trading card, and then you can pause the video if you want to read some details, because obviously now I know spoilers for those who have not played Batman Arkham Knight, but Red Hood and Arkham Knight are technically the same person. Jason Todd, the second Robin that Batman had, who, you know, of course, given my, you know, comic book research on Red Hood, Red Hood was formerly Batman's second Robin after Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, and, you know, based on the infamous Death in the Family story from Batman, where the Joker did kill Jason, and, you know, technically, from what I heard, Jason Todd wasn't a very well-liked Robin, and when his character got shockingly killed off, everybody was shocked that he died, and who knew that some years and years, decades, whatever down the line, they would bring the Jason Todd character back in the form of Red Hood, but in the Arkham Knight game, he comes off as a more, let's say, evil Batman of sorts to wreak havoc against the true and only Batman. And then, spoiler, when you get halfway, 2/3, 3/3 into the game story, yeah, spoiler alert, because if you have not played the game, and so yeah, so it shows that the Red Hood is Jason Todd. So for those who did not know about that, but on the file card for Arkham Knight, he's just left as unknown. When you put 2 and 2 together, it's just Jason Todd, because again, I played the game. Who else hasn't played Arkham Knight? If you haven't played the game in 10 years, what have you been doing? Living under the Batcave for too long? Like, you don't want to get past Arkham City and you just think anything after Arkham City sucks? I'm just kidding, of course. No, Arkham Knight's a great game, but it's just not as great as the other 2 Arkham games. So, because of the over-reliance of, you know, the Batmobile for most of the game. Now let's take a look at our Arkham Knight's Red Hood for a moment. So let's unpose him for a moment and take the base off. So now this Red Hood is pretty good, but there is a slight problem. While I do like the articulation on everything else, like arms, legs, and also I can hear quite some squeaking on some of the leg movement, upper leg, and, well, not on lower leg, but the upper leg has a really annoying squeak to it. Maybe it's because given some of the pieces put to him, especially to the fact that I do like the fact his jacket is rubber cloth, and I think that's probably why you can't get much articulation movement, is because also I think if you take the hood off, take the hood, well, I don't think you can. Unfortunately, one of the reasons I'm trying to take the hood, try to get Red Hood to move his head a little, which I tried, but then the hood just keeps coming back, and I'm just trying to turn his head. And I think the reason you can't do much head movement is because of the rubber hood on him. So unfortunately, you can't do much head movement unless if you just pull the hood a little bit back. I'm trying to pull the hood back a little bit, and you can get some head movement, but unfortunately, the hood just keeps going back, and that is kind of a dud, but that's okay. Now, butterfly joint on the chest. Again, due to the jacket being present, you can't really do much with the butterfly joint, but you can move him a little bit this way, but you can do more moving this way because of the jacket. But then also the lower torso, you can still turn him around from this, but it's just the upper part due to the jacket. Unfortunately, you just can't move him that way. Let's see about elbow crunch. Elbow crunch is good. You can, crunch it, that way and forward, and then this way forward. What about the knee crunch? Okay, knee crunch is good. You got that good. And then ankle pivot on him is pretty good too, but given the little shin guard thing, and also some good leg movement here too. And also knee crunch on this leg. Yeah, I mean, this is a really good figure, but I just really wanted to get started collecting Batman Arkham Toys, because I love the Arkham games very much, and I do want to get started on doing some collectibles on several of the characters and several of the different attires of several of the characters, even though once I get the main man himself from the Arkham games, Batman, I will see how his figures look from the games to the toys, because again, I missed out on several of the Arkham series toys for so long. I do have that old Harley Quinn from Arkham Knight that I did review on the channel way back in the day in 2015. I don't have it on the channel anymore, but I'll probably re-upload it, remaster it or something, and for nostalgia's sake on the channel if I'm curious for new viewers who have never seen that video. But now let's compare Red Hood with Arkham Knight and how he stands with them. And here we have Arkham Knight and Red Hood standing together, and they actually stand pretty well, even though it's the same character, just two different suits. And yeah, these came out pretty darn good, especially the Red Hood and Arkham Knight, even though Arkham Knight was my first DC Multiverse McFarlane toy reviewed on the channel. If you haven't checked it out, it's still on the channel. And so yeah, this is how he stands with Arkham Knight from last time. Final verdict on Red Hood: it's a good figure, but if I wish that they didn't made the hood to the jacket a bit too much, too restrictive for the head movement. And other than that, I do like how it was well painted. It translated very well from the game, and I really do like this figure. So I highly recommend this, like Arkham Knight, for any Batman fan, any DC collector, any Batman Arkham series collector, both the games and the toys. So there you have it with my review for this Red Hood. So tune in now for the next video for my other Red Hood from another Batman-centric game that Rocksteady and Warner Brothers Interactive had also put out. And yeah, that Red Hood is from a game that a lot of people didn't like. And no, it's not from that Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League game, but a game that was before that. And it's very divisive with many. So stay tuned for that video. So anyway, if you enjoyed my review, be sure to subscribe, drop a like, share this video with your friends. And I'll see you guys next video.